I'm gonna try to keep this video short, but I want to make a video to address the difference between passive and active modalities. A passive modality, as this pertains to therapies, treatments, rehab, all kinds of things. A passive modality in the physical realm is anything where you are not exerting some kind of force, right? So like you are not an active participant or contribution in the therapy. So like a massage, a lot of the times you're relaxed. You're not going to be, squatting on the massage table as an extreme, right? You're not going to be pushing against the massage therapist. Maybe you will, but so it's kind of a spectrum, right? Passive and active, but passive inputs like massage, chiropractic, if you've laid in one of those float tanks or sensory deprivation tanks, things like this. Sleep is kind of passive. You understand what I'm saying? You're resting, basically. You are resting energetically, physically. Active modalities would be like if you're, well, here's an example. Here's passive, okay? I'm pushing my hands together. This is active. I'm actively having to use my wrist extensors right here to pull my hand up and keep them from touching, okay? So that's active. That's muscle recruitment. That's involvement, engagement. So an active therapy or modality would have some kind of active participation from you or on your part. So you go to physical therapy, athletic trainer, they lift your leg up, hamstring stretch kind of thing. They lay on the table and then they say, push against my hand. And then you push, this is your leg, right? And then you say push, and you have to push right against their arm or against their hand. So that's active. It's an active participation. So in the functional anatomy system, what this would be is basically a lot of people go to therapy because they want lasting change. People go to therapy because they want whatever issue they have to resolve and to stop going to therapy, and they don't want to have to mess with it or do anything. The truth is, there's no such thing as homeostasis. Your body does not stay the same, and you just do nothing. You just go to work, drive, come home, make dinner, go to work, drive, sleep, whatever, just the same day in and out, the hamster wheel or whatever. But if you do nothing with your body and your muscular tissue and your connective tissue and your meat wagon, you do nothing with your meat suit, you will atrophy. You will actually degrade. There's no homeostasis. You get older, your body decays, your muscle, mass decreases, which is like the muscle mass is the second contribution to, or was the number one? There's like three things for longevity I think they found in like aging populations. It was number one was like leg strength, I think. Number two, which contributes to balance and falling, preventing those things, mitigating the likelihood. Two was VO2 max, and number three, I think, was overall muscle mass. So you do nothing, you don't use it. Passive modalities, you degrade, you atrophy. Active modalities, you use the muscle, you build up, you train, you lay down new tissue, you damage, your body responds to the stimulus, the damage, and it recruits and builds up more fibers and lays down more tissue, and you get stronger. Okay, wonderful. So when you go to a passive modality, you have to understand what you're getting, because a lot of people think that they're getting lasting change, but if you want lasting change, you have to play some kind of active role in the process. The reason for this is because when you participate actively, you are recruiting the cells in your body and directing them via neural signals. You are directing the cells to a specific site to perform a specific action, right? To get the cells to organize, to produce some kind of, to respond to a stimulus, to produce some kind of action. And that improves the communication between your mind and body, improves the cellular activation, it improves your neuromuscular coordination, your joint health, the muscle mass, your heart has to work, so the VO2 max component, and your leg strength, well, that's just squats and foot strength really, and not falling and breaking a hip. So yeah, you have to play some kind of active role in your rehabilitation, and it's critical. There's a difference between passive and active modalities, and a lot of people think that they're getting one when really they're getting just the other one, and you kind of need both. So keep that in mind if you're spending a bunch of money going to a bunch of different clinics, wondering why you're not getting better, but you're still not eating, moving, sleeping, and being happy.